Let's have a little look at question 2 from the 2023 Junior Cycle History exam. And we're going to go through the marking scheme and kind of sample answers for it. So question 2 is worth 27 marks, but again, there's no marks written on the paper, so you won't kind of know this at the time. The breakdown is 6 of the marks, you could find the answers in the sources, and then 21 marks were for kind of content, so material that you'd study in class. So it reads, answer the following questions which deal with the Reformation. This woodcut shows the indulgence seller John Tetzel on horseback. He travelled around Germany in 1517, raising money for the rebuilding of St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. So there he is on horseback, okay? Always make sure you read these kind of little captions, these instructions, because there can be valuable, helpful information in them. So question A reads, what evidence in the image shows that John Tetzel was a monk? There was a variety of answers that you could give here. I just went with Tetzel had a tonsure haircut. And if you think back to maybe early Christian Ireland, so the tonsure haircut is where the top of the head or the crown of the head is shaved. Okay? And there was 3 marks for this, but your answer had to come from the source. The last 2 lines of the German rhyme on the left-hand side of the woodcut are, as soon as the gold in the basin rings, at once the soul to heaven springs. According to the rhyme, how could souls get to heaven? And this was worth 3 marks. So the answer is by paying with gold to get into heaven. So question C is kind of a significantly longer question. It says, write an account of the religious reformer you studied for your junior cycle history course. Your answer could include details such as the main actions of the reformer, the religious beliefs of the reformer, changes introduced by the reformer. It's incredibly important that you don't waffle, okay? There's no room for irrelevant background or biographical information. You must get to the point and use these prompts to help you. So this question was worth 21 marks. You got 3 marks for naming your reformer and then 18 for the account. If we have a little look at the answer. So first sentence, Martin Luther is the name of the religious reformer that I have studied. So straight away you're identifying who this account is about. Luther believed in justification by faith alone. This meant the only way to get to heaven was by believing in God. This contradicted the teachings of the Catholic Church, who sold indulgences to do so. In 1517, Pope Leo X said anyone who bought an indulgence that contributed to the construction of St. Peter's Basilica would have their sins forgiven. Luther wrote 95 theses or arguments against the sale of indulgences. The Church ordered Luther to recant, but he refused. In 1519, Luther debated his ideas with John Eck, but still refused to recant. Luther was excommunicated or expelled from the Church. He was declared an outlaw by the Edict of Worms. Luther was protected by Frederick, Elector of Saxony, at Wartburg Castle, where he wrote his beliefs, for example, consubstantiation and that clergy can marry.